We have a quorum, and we will start this month's tax increment reinvestment zone. We'll call this meeting to order. First thing on the agenda, by the way, this should be a short meeting. We don't have a whole lot on the agenda, but the first thing, and I noticed most of y'all were already reading through the minutes, we need a motion to approve the October 28, 2025 meeting minutes, unless someone saw some changes that need to be made. Otherwise, we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adopt the minutes from the last meeting.
All right. Do we have a second? Okay. We got 2 seconds over here. Who wants it? Okay, we got it. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There we go. Motion passes. And now, I don't believe we have any public comment, but do we have anybody for public comment?
We will not have public comment for the majority of
Okay.
this meeting, or the remainder of this meeting.
All right. Well, moving forward, I don't see anything on the regular agenda. Do we want to move forward with the financial report?
Thank you, Chairman. Aaron Vanoy, Planning and Development Services Director. I'm going to give you the financial report, and this report is reflective through the end of last fiscal year, so through the end of October 31st. Actually, the end of the fiscal year was September, so pardon me. That's the first month of this fiscal year. This is when we see our new allocation that has come in. We'll start here with the south. You can see the property valuation actually was pretty significant this year. I believe last year was just below 1.2. This year is 1.5, so that's a $300,000 increase. Our interest income rose significantly in the south from being around $3,000 up to $75,000 based on some policies that our city council gives the group that makes those decisions. So we have had some expenditures, of course. We've got private incentives there. We have the CACP, that is the trail that was approved in 2024, and the money starts coming out this fiscal year for the south. I believe they have, and Hannah might have to help me, but I believe they have 6 years in the south and 5 years in the north, and I'll show you the north in just a minute.
Okay.
The Chadburn Street project, the streetscape maintenance, and the operating. But what it really does is it leaves us with 1.8 in the south, which is significant. Part of the beginning balance are the audit process that Hannah and our budget manager Jonathan went through and reconciled those projects that never got complete, never got paid out, never got started, and they put those dollars back in. So that's why you see such a high beginning budget. So I think that speaks very well for the South, and good work from those two to go back and make sure everything's accurate, get you guys a good number so that when you're getting ready for assignments this year and in the future, things are going to be moving right along. Before I move on to the North, Chairman, do you or any of the board have any questions on the South finances at this time?
I only have a comment that I wish Mr. Brown were here to see that the interest income has been fixed on the budget. But does anybody else have any questions? Okay.
So on the North, again, you see a very large beginning balance. We also audited the North, and so there were some monies that were put back in to the North there. Interestingly enough here, you can see how the South has caught up. This is 1.4 compared to the 1.5. They're not that far different. So that's very promising, I think, for our South, but also how do we continue to improve our North so that it continues to grow as well. You see their interest income, again, was very significant, $176,000. So they brought in quite a few new revenues this year for the 1.6. Again, we've got a number of private incentives committed out there. There's the north side amount for the trail system and the Chadburn Street. If y'all recall at our presentation in November, this 103 is actually going to go away. It will come off of here and it's going to be lumped back in as part of our new plan that we kind of adopted back in November and got ratified by City Council. So with that, the total expenditures were 2.4, but that gives us a large amount of 3.9 in the north for allocations. And I think that's significant for our community, and I really hope that both the folks that own properties in the south and own properties in the north within the tiers start reaching out to our downtown San Angelo partnership, or they're welcome to come into our office over at the Development Services Building. They might reach out to the Small Business Administration because they're also aware of the TIRZ district, but we have funding to help improve some properties, and we really want to start doing that in earnest right after the first of the year. With that, Chairman, I'll take any questions about the North financials.
Doesn't look like we have any questions or comments on it. So moving forward, let's hear the recommendation.
Hello, everyone. Hannah Morell. Staff is recommending opening the TIRZ window from now to March 31st. This will allow time for the applicants to make at least 3 DHRC meetings and make any changes necessary in between that time window.
So you recommend we open it from today or close the business
Right.
until March 31st, 2026?
Correct. That would be a
Okay.
Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
How many months are we adding by doing that?
It'll be about 3 months.
Yeah, normally we have a 2-month window.
Yeah.
That's adding a month. We do know that we have a couple of applicants that have already gotten approval, and we would believe we would bring those forward to you in January so they can get the process started, and same thing would be for February if somebody is ready to go. But it also, since we have a higher number than normal in our south, we wanted to give at least 1 more month. We're open to suggestion if you think that should be longer, shorter, but that's our recommendation at the moment.
I do know for a fact we have 3 that are approved and were approved for our last one, but they pulled out due to funding levels at our last meeting. And I was just informed that there's probably about 3 or 4 more waiting and wanting to go to DHRC and then wanting to move forward with their TIRZ application.
Okay. And so normally we've opened it for 2 months in the past.
Correct.
And then we reopen it for a little bit in the fall. Refresh my memory.
No, you're so correct. Open it till about 2 or 3 months, and then towards the end of the year, check financials, and then it usually opens back up again for a few more months.
Okay. Comments or questions from the board? All right. Anybody I need a recommendation to open the TIRZ South application window from now until March 31st, 2026. Do I have a motion?
You do?
All right, motion from Steve over here. Second from Brianne, and any discussion, public comment?
There is no public comment on this
All
item.
right, good. On that, all in favor say aye. All right, and the motion passes. Thank you all for that. That was the main point of our meeting today. Do we have
Thank you.
anything for the director's report?
Just a couple of items, but Chairman, is there a person in the audience you'd like to just introduce to the board?
Yes, as a matter of fact, thank you for bringing that up. I was going to wait till we got to the end, but y'all, if you haven't had a chance, please make sure I'm tracking with the right people here. The person I'm about to introduce, I was going to say, if you hadn't had a chance to meet this young man sitting here with the tie and the quarter zip on, this is Ethan Mason. He's a college student in the College of Business at ASU. What's the fraternity you're part of, the business organization? Yep. And then what's the honor society that you were inducted into? Beta Gamma. He's quiet, so y'all might not be able to hear him. And then what class were you chosen for next semester?
The Housing Leadership class.
All right. So the Housing Leadership class. So he'll be running one of our businesses here in town before too long at the rate he's going. But also, I think another person we want to introduce and recognize in here is Mr. Ryan Gaddy, who is the new Director of Economic Development for San Angelo.
Yes, and very glad to have the ASU student here. We're very proud that our AS students are involved in our community. Sounds like he's got a very bright future ahead of him, as does Ryan Gaddy, as he's one of our partners. I mean, we're very excited to work with Ryan over at the Costa DC and his responsibilities. We see the TIRZ Board and the Costa DC Board, while there's similarities, there's differences, but how we can work together to help things happen in San Angelo. So very excited to be partnering with him on lots of items.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really good. And if you need volunteers for anything, like putting out TIRZ advertising signs, this guy might know some people that could help you with that. Not to put you on the spot there, but so I think we made all the introductions there.
Yes. Well, the last thing I have, Chairman, is just to say thank you to the board for supporting myself and Hannah in our roles. We've enjoyed working with you guys this last year, and the subcommittee that Ms. Shirley Spears headed to kind of get our strategic planning for the TIRZ program and what we wanted to do over the next 10 years. I think it was a great learning process, a great growing process, and even for this board, city council, and staff members. And so we just wanted to say thank you to you guys and everyone to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. So that's all we have.
I think we have a comment right here.
I just want to also say thank you to the staff for the great work that you all have done over this past year. And I know getting through that strategic plan was not easy, so I want to thank my fellow TIRZ Board members for participating. And I'm so glad that we got it done in a way that we didn't have really any issues to get it approved at council. So you all have a blessed holiday season, and we'll be back for more fun in 2026. Thank you.
All right, and so I think we can say everybody have a Merry Christmas. We'll plan on the next regular meeting of the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone right here at the same time on Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. And so y'all have a Merry Christmas. Motion to adjourn? All right, that's first, second. All right, and all in favor, stand up.